Qualitative coding runs on trust. You have to trust your own reading of the data. You have to trust that your team is coding the way you'd expect them to. And your readers have to trust that the codes weren't just one person's interpretation. Intercoder reliability is one answer to that. It's a number for how often two researchers coded the same passage the same way, and getting a high score forces you to do the hard part. Building a codebook clear enough that it means the same thing to everyone using it. The score is the evidence that you did that work. Intercoder reliability is not appropriate for all qualitative projects, though. Some qualitative researchers argue that pushing for agreement flattens exactly the subjectivity and insight the method exists to surface. So if you're still discovering your codes, or you want to harness your team's unique backgrounds and perspectives, measuring agreement can work against you. It's worth doing when your coding is deductive, which means you have a fixed codebook when you're splitting a large dataset across several researchers, or when a journal or funder specifically calls for it. There's no set rule, but grounded theory and thematic analysis tend not to use intercoder reliability, while content analysis often does. Let's walk through how to do this in practice. In Delve, it starts with sharing the project. Invite your team and give them edit access. They'll get an email welcoming them in, one click, and they're in the project with you. Then assign the same transcript to two of them. That overlap is what the score is built from. You can only measure agreement where two people coded the same text. It's important that your team can't see each other's work while they code. Otherwise, the score just measures how well they followed each other. That's what the coded by me view is for. It hides everyone else's coding, so each person reads the transcript rather than someone else's reading of it. The score lives on the comparison page. Delve computes Krippendorff's alpha over every passage two people coded. It runs from -1 to 1. 0 is no better than chance, and 0.8 or above is often considered good. The number gives you a high-level sense of how aligned you are. It doesn't tell you where you aren't. That's what the coding comparison view is for. It shows two researchers coding side by side, passage by passage, so you can see exactly where the disagreement lies. There are 3 common types of disagreement, each with a different fix. The first is a real conflict, and the codebook caused it. Sophia read this as student engagement. Marcus read it as attention fatigue. Neither of them is wrong. Look at the 2 definitions, and you can see they overlap. That's not something either of them can fix by recoding. It's a codebook problem, so you fix the codebook, sharpen the definition until the boundary between the 2 codes is obvious, and the next round won't have the same argument in it. The second is simpler. Sophia and Marcus both coded this passage, and the definition is clear. Marcus just has the wrong code on it. Nothing needs to change in the codebook. This one is a conversation. You can do this together in person, or you can do it in the project. Marcus can ask where he misapplied a code, and Sophia can answer right there in context. The last one is not about analysis, but about style. Say Sophia codes line by line, applying a code to each sentence. Marcus codes the whole paragraph with both codes. Their interpretation may be identical, but the score counts it as disagreement. That's how they coded, not what they saw. Which is why you settle style before anyone starts. Do you code everything or only what stands out? How much text goes in one snippet, and how many codes can it carry? None of these have a right answer. Deciding them up front is what keeps 2 people's coding comparable. Finding alignment takes time. The first round usually comes in lower than you'd like because every code is obvious to the person who wrote it. Run another round on more transcripts, sharpen the definitions in between, and the number climbs. And even when a high score isn't the goal, working through your disagreements is often where the real insight comes from. That's intercoder reliability in Delve. Learn more at delvetool.com.